Hi, boys and girls. Make sure you are in your comfy reading spot to listen to Mrs. Adams read you a story. We are on chapter 6 of Junie v. Jones and the Stupid Smelly Bus. In chapter 5, she had her first day of kindergarten, but Lucille scared her and told her that kids pour chocolate milk on each other's heads on the school bus. That was not the truth, but Junie B got really scared. So at the end of the day, when all of her classmates left the room, Junie B stayed. And chapter 6 is called A Good Hider. Oh my goodness. Let's find out what happens. When you're the very last one in line, nobody watches you. That's how come nobody saw me when I ducked behind the teacher's desk and hid. Oh no, I'm a good hider. One time at Grandma Miller's house, I hid under the kitchen sink. Then I made a growly sound and I sprung out at her. I'm not allowed to do that anymore. Anyways, I stayed crunched behind the teacher's desk for a while. And then I saw a better place to hide. It was the big supply closet in the back of the room. And so I ran back there very fast, and I squeezed onto the bottom shelf, and I squeezed right on top of the construction paper. Most of me was comfortable, except for my head was sort of tight, and my knees were all bended, like when I do a somersault. There she is hiding. I wonder what the grown-ups are gonna think about this. I don't think they're gonna like it. If you agree, you can say me too. Then I pulled the door mostly closed. Don't shut it all the way, though, and I mean it, I said right out loud. Then I stayed quiet for lots of minutes. Then I heard noises in the hall, and some feet came running into the room. Big people's feet. What happened? I heard somebody ask. One of my little girls is lost, said a voice that sounded like Mrs. Her name is Junie B. Jones, and she didn't get on the bus, so now we've got to go out looking for her. Then I heard some keys jingle, and the feet went running out again. And then the door shut. I still didn't come out of the closet, though. When you're a good hider, you can't come out for a very long time. I just stayed in there all bended up, and I told myself a story. Not an out loud story. I just told it inside my head. It was called The Little Hiding Girl. I made it up, and this is how it went. Once upon a time, there was a little hiding girl. She was in a secret spot where nobody could find her. Except for her head was very tight and her brain was squishing out. But she couldn't come out of her spot, or a smelly yellow monster would get her, and also some meanies with chocolate milk. The end. After that, I rested my eyes. Resting your eyes is what Grandpa does when he watches TV after dinner. Then he snores. And Grandma Miller says, "Go to bed, Frank." It's not the same thing as a nap, though. 'Cause naps are for babies, that's why. And anyway, I didn't snore. I just did a little bit of drool. Then finally, when my eyes were done resting, they woke up. And so I came out of the closet and I ran right to the window. And guess what? There weren't any cars in the parking lot. And no stupid smelly bus either. Woof, that's a relief, I said. A relief is when your stomach doesn't feel squeezy anymore. After that, I went back to the closet, because while I was hiding, I sniffed the smell of clay, that's why. And clay is my very favorite thing in the whole wide world. "Hey, I see it up there," I said. The clay was on the middle shelf. I stood on a chair to get it. It was blue and stiff, so I had to roll it on the floor to make it soft and warm. Then I rolled it into a blue-orange. It was very beautiful, except it had some dirt and some hair on it. Ooh. After I was done, I went to the front of the room and I sat down in my teacher's big chair. I like teachers' desks very much. The drawers are so big, I could fit inside one, I think. I opened up the top one. There were happy face stickers and rubber bands and also gold stars, which I love a very lot. I stuck one on my forehead. Then I found paper clips and red marking pens and new pencils with no points and scissors and travel tissues. And guess what else? Chalk! I said, brand new chalk that's not even out of its little box yet. Then I stood up on my teacher's chair and I clapped my hands together very loud. I want everyone to find a chair and sit down. Today we are going to learn some alphabet and some reading. And also I will teach you how to make a blue orange. But first, everyone has to watch me draw stuff. So Junie B is pretending to be the teacher. Then I went to the chalkboard and I drew with my brand new chalk. I drew a bean and a carrot and some curly hair. Then I wrote some O's. O's are my bestest letter. After that, I bowed. Thank you very much. I said, now you may all go out for recess. I smiled, except for not that Jim. So Junie B didn't go on the bus, and I am thinking that Mrs. and the other grown-ups are very worried. So that is not something we should do. But we get to find out tomorrow what happens and if Junie B gets in trouble. Chapter 7 is called Peeky Holes and Spying. I wonder what it's going to be about. Thanks for listening today. We will hear Chapter 7 tomorrow.